Hey everybody, Ralph here on day 4 of the 5-day fast mimicking diet challenge. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're still sticking with it. And today I'm feeling good. I actually feel my energy levels are excellent, and my mood is really good. I think my mental focus is reasonably good, although I don't see a dramatic difference than normal. I am hungry. But comparing how I feel on the fast mimicking diet on day 4 versus how I would feel or have felt in the past doing just a pure fast on day 4. Day 4 I usually feel bad doing a regular fast, and I actually feel pretty good other than just hunger. And one other side effect that I will mention just in a minute, just to in the context of today's topic. But I feel pretty good. The fast mimicking diet thing is going well for me, and I'm pretty pleased with the results so far. So what I thought I'd do today is talk a little bit about the symptoms of the transition from a glucogenic metabolism, which is what you normally are if you sort of eat a normal diet, and what happens when you transition to a ketogenic metabolism, which is the metabolism necessary to burn fat. So, a lot of people struggle with that transition, and I'm going to guess that while I'm feeling pretty good, and it looks like Cam's feeling pretty good. He went out and shot some baskets today, he told me. He also cheated a little bit, so, shame on you, Cam, for cheating a little bit. I scolded him. But anyway, but I'm going to guess a lot of you who may not have ever tried fasting before are today not feeling great. And the reason you're not feeling great is because on the fast mimicking diet, day 4 is most typically the day people do that transition from a glucogenic diet to a ketogenic diet. And that comes with some side effects. So I've made some notes here. You'll see me sort of reading the screen as I go through this because I've just made notes on the computer for myself as we're going through it. What are the common things to struggle with? First of all, you may be noticing that you're just going to the bathroom a lot more, peeing a lot more. And that's perfectly normal. As I mentioned in one of the emails, most of the weight loss that you see in the early stages is your body burning glycogen because you haven't yet made the switch to ketogenic, so you're not burning fat yet. You're using up energy stores in the liver and the muscles of something called glycogen. As you burn glycogen, glycogen is stored with water. There are roughly 3 grams of water stored with every gram of glycogen. So as you burn through the glycogen, you're producing water waste. And that comes out, has to come out, and it usually comes out in the form of urine. You're also probably just drinking more tea and consuming more liquids. Hopefully you're doing if you're doing the Prolon version, you're drinking that glycogen drink. So you're increasing your water consumption and you're burning glycogen, so you're just going to be going to the bathroom a lot. And there's no countermeasure to that. I was struggling for a word there for a second, but there's nothing you can do about that except just expect that you're going to have to be going to the bathroom more often. The second thing that happens to people a lot when they transition from glucogenic to ketogenic diet is a headache. I've had brutal headaches in the past when I made that transition doing a regular fast. I don't have any headaches so far using the fast mimicking diet. That may be because of the benefits of the fast mimicking diet, or it may be simply that I've done this transition before, and the more times you do it, the easier it gets for your body to make the transition, so the headaches become less common. Dr. Longo mentions in his book that if you're doing a cycle of 3 fast mimicking diet cycles, 1 each month for 3 months, which they often recommend for therapeutic reasons, that the second cycle, most people report that they don't get a headache at all. So a lot of people report a headache the first time. The second cycle, they don't get it. If you do have a really bad headache, the fastest thing I've found to offset that is a cup of coffee, a little bit of caffeine. Drink a tea that has caffeine in it, or drink a cup of coffee, and that usually nips it in the bud pretty fast. But headaches are super common as you go through this. A lot of people will feel fatigue at this point because their body is still saying, like, I want carbohydrates, I'm still on glucogenic mode. I haven't started burning fat yet, and so I'm feeling that lack of energy. And you start to feel a feeling of malaise or fatigue. Some people call it a brain fog. You just feel like you can't think. That goes away really quickly. Like as soon as you make the transition to ketogenic mode, your body starts burning fat and discovers that there's actually plenty of energy available, and all those feelings go away pretty fast. But it's possible that you'll feel a little bit of fatigue as you make that transition, really common. You may start craving carbohydrates, again, because your body hasn't made the transition to ketogenic mode yet. You're not able to burn fat yet, and your body is urging you to go out and look for some food and find some more carbs to eat. So you may be craving sugar, you may be craving carbs. Again, there's no real cure for that. If you're doing the Prolon diet, drink that glycogen drink. That should help avoid the carb cravings, and hopefully on the fast mimicking diet, those feelings aren't as strong as they are with the pure fast. But it's likely as you make that transition, you'll find yourself craving carbs. That'll go away also really quickly as soon as you make the transition. Bad breath, super common, not a really happy symptom. When you switch to ketogenic mode, your body produces acetone, and you can smell that. You'll smell it in your urine. I in particular notice it really strongly in my urine, and my wife notices it in my breath. When we're sleeping at night, she'll ask me to roll over because I've got that keto smell going, and that lasts for quite some time. If you kept this up, if your fast mimicking diet went beyond day 5, the bad breath might continue for a while. It usually lasts about a week, and then it goes away. But there's really nothing you can do about that either, except chew gum and brush your teeth more often, and even that doesn't really help that much. There's just some people don't get it at all. I happen to be one of those people who does. My wife complains about it, so expect that you might have some mild bad breath. And some people get muscle cramps as they make that transition as well. I don't personally experience that. And then the last thing that I will mention is diarrhea and bloating. And a lot of people get that, and I've got that. I mentioned in the last email or last video that I had experienced a bit of bloating and diarrhea on day 2, but on day 3, yesterday's video, I was feeling okay. It came back with a vengeance today. So I do have diarrhea. It's not bad diarrhea. It's mild case, but probably stronger than it was on day 2. Perfectly normal as you make that transition from ketogenic or from glucogenic to ketogenic metabolism. A lot of people experience diarrhea, and I'm one of those. I don't know if that's the effect of the inulin that's in the fast mimicking diet from Prolon, or the transition to ketogenic, or most likely a combination of both of those things. So those symptoms are perfectly normal. I urge you to just stay strong. It's not going to last long, and the symptoms are actually pretty mild. You can do this. So stay with it. That's my report for day 4, and we'll see you tomorrow, the last day of the 5-day challenge. You can do it. Stay with it. One more day to go. See you soon. Bye.